1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Just take it out. Just take it. Only if people knew behind the scene. जोर से लगाओ भाई. What is this? Chop. What is it?
No, ready? 1 2 3 action.
Hi guys, Ting! Welcome back to my channel. It feels so good to finally be able to make this video for you guys. I know because of COVID, we have all been suffering, we've all been locked in our houses, and it's still not completely safe to leave your house, and things haven't gotten normal. But however, this is my way of trying to create some normalcy in my life, and I did this really nice bright makeup look because I just felt like I needed some brightness and colors in my life. So if you like this makeup look, please keep on watching and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Alright guys, so I have finished with my skincare. I applied my vitamin C serum, I've applied my sunscreen. Now we're gonna move ahead and I'm gonna use the LA Girl Pro Prep High Definition Primer. So today we're using all products LA Girl. So this is everything that we use today is going to be from LA Girls except for the lashes because I don't think they have lashes. So we're going to do that, and just give me a moment. So we're going to start with the primer. So I'm also going to not use a blender today. We're going to do all brushes and hand makeup. So we're going to take the primer right here in areas. Especially in areas where I have pores, I'm going to take this primer and I'm going to kind of really push it in my skin so that it gives a really nice blurred out smooth effect. And you can see as soon as I put my primer, you can see the redness is less visible, and you can also see the lines, the fine lines, or if I have any kind of bumps on my skin, that also smooths out. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do that. I like to really massage this primer into my skin, and don't forget your neck because we're going to be applying some makeup here as well. Alright, so I'll let the primer sit on my skin for a bit. Until then I will finish up with my brows, and I'm super excited to use this new eyeshadow palette from LA Girl. I've been eyeing this for a while now. So we're going to first go ahead and I'm going to comb my eyebrow hair. So usually I wanted to tell you guys that usually if I have some eyebrow growth, then I usually take this, what is it called, eyebrow blade from Miniso, and then I'll just go ahead and kind of take away the excess hair underneath. But I just did that yesterday, so I just thought it'd be cool to show you guys. And then we're gonna just brush, and always I like to brush my eyebrow hair upward motion. That way it kind of lifts my face. Now we're going to go ahead, and today I'm using the LA Girl Brow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown. So now I'm going to go ahead and once again brush this up because it tends to fall down, and I'm going to start doing my brows. So your eyebrows really define your face, so you can choose the kind of shape you want. Sometimes I'll go for really thin brows, sometimes I'll do like a completely full brows. Really depends on what I'm feeling. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of fill it in the same direction of my eyebrow growth, hair growth basically here. And now I'm gonna take this end brush and I'm just gonna brush it and upward. It's okay if it gets a little messy because we're gonna clean it up with a concealer. If you are new and you are doing your eyebrows for the first time, it does tend to get messy, so don't worry about that. Just try to get a good shape first, and then we can define it later. There we go. And now we're gonna do the same with the other brows. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead, and since I've done with my eyebrows, I'm gonna go ahead and take this concealer, and I tried to use the LA Girl concealer and it really, I'm sorry to say, it really sucks. I don't know what happened. It just kind of papra niskina thalyo mero face ma, and it was just really bad. I've used it and I tried to use it a couple more times, like 3-4 times use it, and still it was like, I don't know what happened. Maybe it did not work with my skin type. So today this is the only product that is not gonna be LA Girl, and this is the Tarte Shape Tape, this is the Too Faced Born. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I mixed it with a little bit of the LA Girl Pro Coverage foundation in the shade Fair, because this is kind of a little too white for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and the concoction that I made, I'm gonna apply it, and I'm gonna take this angled brush right here. It's not too precise like a brow brush, so it's perfect for my eyebrow, like just to define it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start applying it right underneath my brows, like so. And you just want to do like very, very gentle strokes. You don't want to kind of do this, because sometimes if you're not like careful, you might end up ruining your brows that you took so long to do, and we don't want that. We don't want to waste our time. Now same thing on the top here. I'm just gonna start a little bit higher and kind of slowly give my brow some shape, and right at the end I want to give it more shape. Right. So since we're not using a beauty blender today, I'm just going to use my fingers. I like to heat my fingers up a little bit because this will melt the makeup. And after that, I'm just going to go ahead and start patting it right here. And in areas where my fingers might not do, I'll just take this flat blending brush and I'm going to kind of blend the foundation and concealer mixture right in. Here we go. So you can see the brows have really transformed from what it was before. Just want to make sure they're both even and kind of put the excess concealer, not excess, put the excess concealer. Access what, so like password access. What? I'm gonna take my fingers and I'm just gonna gently dab it. To be honest, the fingers give you a more natural coverage compared to the beauty blender, so that's why sometimes I like to use my fingers. Now with the rest of the concealer, since we don't want to waste any product, we're just gonna take that on top of my lids and I'm just gonna put the rest of the products right here. There we go. Alright, so now since we're done with the brows, we're gonna go ahead and start with the eye makeup. Now we're gonna go ahead and start with this palette right here. Amazing colors, like look how beautiful the shades are. I'm still confused as to what color to do, but I feel like doing, you know, a bit of blue today. So, I mean, a bit of turquoise blue, this color, whatever you call it. I'm gonna do this color on my eyes because I feel like something bright, and I also want to use this eye pencil. It's new and I haven't used it, so I think these two will really look good together. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our eye makeup. So I usually don't apply eye primer. I'll just use my concealer, whatever concealer I'm using, on my eyelids, and that's basically my primer. If you are the kind of person who likes to use eye primer, you can definitely go ahead. So we're gonna now start with the makeup. So now I'm gonna set so the first step is I'm gonna set my concealer that I applied on my lids with this shade right here. It is called Tropics. So we're gonna use the shade Tropics right on the lids to just set the concealer right here. Now I'm going to take this shade right here. It is called Utopia. And we're going to take Utopia, this brown shade, and this is going to be my transition color. And I'm going to take this bigger blending, well, this is not as big, but you could say, well, medium blending brush. And I'm just going to place it right here. You can see this is my crease. At the end of my crease, right on top, I'm just going to apply this. And I'm going to start blending it over my crease, giving it more depth and dimension. So I don't want to show you guys really difficult steps. So we're going to do some basic makeup, but obviously bright and brilliant and colorful and vibrant, like how I feel today. So I'm going to go right here. And now I'm going to take this darker brown shade, and this is called Spirit, right? So we're going to use the shade Spirit right here. And with the same brush, I don't usually change my brush a lot, but if you want, you can definitely do that. You can opt for a smaller brush, but I feel like if you know how to, kind of, what's the right word for it? Know the pressure of the brush, you can really use the same brush for maybe more techniques than just using it for one. So I'm just using the tip of the brush, you can see, and I'm just gonna place it right below here on my crease. Just gonna place it right here, and I'm gonna start blending it on my crease. Like I'm pushing my crease in, and I'm putting this color right in my crease line. Right there, you can see. Now you can see two different shades coming through. Just gonna make sure it's blended really well. The key to amazing makeup is the blend. You wanna make sure it's blended really well. There. Now after that, I'm going to take a smaller brush, and I'm going to take this dark, like this black shade called Serenity. So I'm just going to take that on my smaller blending brush, and right below my crease, I'm going to apply this dark shade right here. Right here. So I'm going to take some more because I want to intensify the black. Just gonna go right ahead and place it. Now with the same brush that I was using before to blend these two shades, I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna slightly start blending it together inwards. I'm gonna take that smaller brush again and add more color, because once you blend, it kind of disappears sometimes, the intensity. So I'll do that. So you can see I'm slowly building my way inwards. There we go. So once I feel like I have a nice black, and I feel like there's dimension in my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use this shade right here that I've been wanting to use, and I'm gonna use my fingers for this. Usually shades like these, I usually like to use my fingers. It just intensifies the shade. So what you can do now is you can look down, and then you can just start applying it on your lids like so. Whoa, that is intense. It's so pretty. It's a pretty color, right? It's really pretty. And I'm just gonna leave it like this. So you can see I've left a little space here. That is because we're gonna use a really nice pop of color there. And now I'm gonna take another brush. You wanna use a flat brush if you have. If not, you can go and use any brush you want basically. But I'm going to use this brush right here from Morphe. It's a bit fluffy, it's not as flat, but we're going to use that. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to start blending this right here. With the black shade at the end, I'm just going to start blending it with it. So there's no definitive line that separates these two, it just looks really blended. Just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take a little bit more of that shade, this blue shade, and I'm just going to start blending it together. Now I'm going to take that black shade again, and I'm going to use that smaller blending brush again, and I'm just going to place it again right here and blend these together. Now with the bigger blending brush, I'm going to kind of blend these all together. right on top of the crease. And kind of bringing it outwards like so. I'm just giving my eyes a lift right here. So I'm just gonna do that. Taking the darker brown shade again, I just want to make sure that everything is well blended. So I'm taking my makeup wipe and I'm just removing the excess product. And I'm just taking this, whatever is left on the brush, and I'm gonna kind of swipe it underneath right here, like so. Now I'm gonna take this brush from Stage Line and I'm gonna use the shade right here. This is like really nice, has this purplish sheen to it, and this is called Plumeria. Has this, I don't know, I just call these type of colors unicorn colors because look at the shade. Look at that. It's so intense. And we're just gonna use that right here. So I'm just using this shade Plumeria. Now I'm going to finish the eye look with the neon eyeliner. This is a really neon blue shade, so I'm going to apply it right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara. This is also from LA Girl. And it is the Volumatic Mascara, and this is it. And our eye makeup is pretty much done. So you can see this mascara is really nice. It does create a really volumizing effect. And after this, I'm gonna pop on my falsies and we are good to go with this neon blue eye makeup look. And I personally feel like the eyelashes really bring the look together. So we'll go ahead and pop the lashes and I'll be done with my other eye. So. Alright, so we are done with the look. I've put on my falsies and just you can see I'm going to use this shade again, the black shade again from the LA Girl Heat palette, and I'm just going to take this small precise, well it's an eyebrow brush, and then I'm just going to place the black shade right here. So this kind of elongates my eyes and makes it look, you can see the difference between this and this eye. This kind of looks more, how do I say, more lifted and it's elongated and matches with the falsies that I've put on, whereas this one kind of, it's not connected. So you always want to do that. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to connect them together. I'm not a liner person. If you are, you can go ahead and pop on a liner, but I just don't see the need to wear a liner when I've already have so much on, and also the lashes. So I'm going to take this and kind of fill in, tight line this. Ow, I just poked my eye. I poked my eye. I have to cry now. Alright, so we're done with the eye makeup look. You can see it's really nice, vibrant blue, almost like what Sudhin said, peacock vibe. So now we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with my base. Like I said, today I'm not gonna be using any beauty blender. I'm gonna be using only my hands and my brushes. So we're gonna go ahead, like I said, I've already applied the primer before this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my base. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation in the shade Fair. This is a really good match for me. I'm gonna go ahead and take some, and I'm gonna use this buffing brush from Pies, and I'm gonna dip my brush right here and I'm gonna start applying it on my face. So usually what I like to do is in areas I need the most coverage, I'll apply this foundation directly there, and then I'll make my way through it. So I'm gonna go right here, and I'm just gonna kind of dab it into my skin first. Since I'm not using a blender, I wanna make sure that it is completely, it doesn't have any specific lines or streak. I don't want my face to look streaky. And with the leftover, I'm just gonna go ahead and start massaging it into my neck. You always want your neck and your face to match. And now I'm gonna slowly start buffing this into my skin. Alright, so since I have a nice coverage on my face now and I'm not using a beauty blender, your hands are your best tool. So I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm going to slowly start dabbing it on my skin, just like so. You can see it gives a really nice finish, your fingers. It's warm and it just melts into your skin. I'm just going to do that right here. Especially in these areas like the sides of your nose and folds, where you have folds, you just want to make sure it's blended well. Otherwise it's going to make your face look super cakey and we do not want that. Alright, so I'm going to take my blending brush again, and I just like to do this just so that if there's any, your foundation might cover, just want to go over it and make sure that there's a nice smokiness going around your eyes. There we go. And now time for the concealer. Like I said, I do not like the LA Girl concealer, hence I'm using the Too Faced concealer. This is a bit too light for me. It's in the shade Swan, so I should have picked a shade that is one shade darker than this. So no worries, I'm just gonna mix it with my foundation and I'm just gonna apply it right here in the areas where I have the most darkness, right here. And I'm gonna make my way through it. There we go. That's it. And I'm gonna take my fingers again and I'm just gonna start pressing it down like so. And with the excess concealer, I'm gonna use it in areas where I feel like I want to highlight my face. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use this blending brush again, and I'm gonna just gently dab it on my skin. I don't want the concealer to move around too much, so I'm not gonna do any circular motion. I'm just gonna press it right on my skin. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take that flat brush again for the concealer, and I'm just gonna gently start working my way through it. Giving everything a nice definition. Alright, so now we're done with our foundation, and it took a little longer because I'm doing with my fingers. So now I'm gonna set the areas where I feel like I'm gonna have some, sweat coming through, oil coming through. So I'm gonna take this LA Girl setting powder. Does it have a shade? In banana yellow. Right, it does have a shade. Alright, so I'm just gonna dip my brush right here, and I'm just gonna kind of roll it around my eyes. Just roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it like so. And just gonna apply some here at the base. There we go. On the other side as well, I'm just gonna roll this. There we go. And we're gonna take some more powder, and I'm just gonna apply it in the base right here. So in areas where you have pores or you seem to have sweat, or you get oil, you just don't forget to bake, because this is very important. And now right here in the middle of my brows is where oil is at. Just gonna make sure it sets, and you can see it kind of also makes the makeup look more, I don't know, just makes it look more snatched. Hey, so now here on my chin, right here. Now I can take a bigger brush. I'm gonna take a bigger powder brush, and I'm just gonna kind of go one swipe. This is from e.l.f. This is the total face brush. Now I can take that, just remove the excess powder, and I'm just gonna gently pat it on my skin. You don't need too much powder as well, just very little. And now, powder, so I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna gently swipe it off. Now for my favorite part, which will not make my face look like a potato, is the contour. We're gonna go ahead and start with the contour. I'm gonna take out my brush right here. Okay, so today I'm gonna use, oh wait, I forgot to bring the LA Girl contour kit. Oops, okay. I just realized I forgot to bring the LA Girl contour kit. Okay, this is not gonna be a full face of just LA Girl makeup. It's just gonna be makeup because I forgot to bring the LA Girl contour kit. Okay, never mind. We're gonna use the Kat Von D cruelty-free makeup. And this, I use a lot. You can see it's like almost, it hit pan, guys, it hit pan. So we're gonna use the one in the middle. So right now, I'm just gonna take my bigger brush and I'm just gonna give warmth to my face. So what it does is it's gonna add some dimension to my face because we need it. So we're gonna start with my double chin right here. Just gonna make it go away. Just gonna give me some tan skin as well. There we go. So after that, I'm gonna move ahead and start with my forehead. I'm gonna go right here and I'm just gonna press it right here from my hair to my forehead because you don't want like a mask right here. You wanna make sure that all the colors kind of come through and they match everything. So we're just gonna do that right here. And same thing right here. Just gonna put it through right here. And this will kind of shorten my forehead because Lord was kind enough to give me extra. We're gonna remove that. So there we go. Now after I feel like I have a good, you know, kind of warmth going on, I'm gonna take a smaller brush, or you can, if you don't like to use a lot of different types of brushes, what you can use the same fluffy brush, kind of squeeze it like so, and you can see it kind of becomes smaller and dense. So you wanna just use that, and you're just gonna start kind of giving shape to your cheeks right here. You don't have to be like, ready to, you know, that proper line, you don't need that for now. We're gonna kind of smudge this together with all the colors. So for now, we can just do this, and we're gonna do that right here. There we go. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna release the brush, and it's fluffy again. I'm just gonna start blending this and kind of pushing it inwards towards the center of my face. Just wanna make your face look smaller. That's how you trick people. All right, there we go. One last time, just want to make sure everything is blended really well. Now, you can also do your nose if you want. If you like to contour your nose, you can go ahead and do that. I'm just going to use the same brush again. The bigger fluffy brush. And you can take the brown shade right here, and then you're just going to start contouring your nose right here. So what you can do is from the end of this brow, you can start pulling it in like so. And from here as well. There we go. And just bring it all the way down here and just contour this part. That's what I do for my nose. And now we're gonna go ahead and take that blending brush again one more time and just fluff everything into, so that, you know, it looks like it's done well. You don't want too much. Now we're gonna go ahead, and today I'm not gonna use a blush. I don't feel like using a blush. We're gonna go ahead and use my highlight, and this is from LA Girl. So we're gonna go ahead, and this one is really, really nice. You can see I've used it multiple times and I absolutely love it. Just the color itself is blinding. You can see it's really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and use that, and we're almost at the end of our makeup. So now I'm gonna take the highlighter on my fingers like this, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply it right here. So you want the highlight to go wherever the sun hits you. So you know, the sun-kissed glowy skin, that's what we're hoping for. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of gently massage it into the skin. You can use your fan brush for this. I'm just using my fingers. So go ahead and, whoa, what happened? What just happened? Sorry, used a lot. Just want to make sure. There we go. So a bit here more. You can see the difference. Glow, no glow. Glow, no glow. There we go, and a little bit here as well. On this side, and this side. And the middle of my nose, right here on the bridge. It kind of brings light to the bridge, making my nose look nicer. It's a fan brush, so I'm just go ahead and kind of nice. Same thing here on this side, right here. So wherever the sun hits you, so if you're standing like this, the sun is going to hit on the highest parts of your faces. So your cheekbones, right here, the bridge of the nose, your cupid's bow. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and do our lips, and we are done. So this is the shade, what is the name of the shade? Okay, On the Rocks. So this is On the Rocks, and it is a little dark for my taste because I like super nude lips. So I'm just gonna apply very little, and I'm gonna use my fingers and just gonna kind of blend it with my fingers. What I really like about this is that it has a gloss as well, and I'm a gloss person, so this is the look that you're gonna get if you're just gonna do a matte lipstick. But if you're gonna go glossy, then that's what we are gonna do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply the gloss. There we go. And we are done, guys. So now, the last step and very important one is the setting spray. Whenever you're doing any kind of makeup, you want to make sure that you use a really good setting spray, because that will last, that will make your makeup last longer. And there's different types of setting sprays. You have the dewy ones, you have matte ones. So really, depending on your skin type, you can go ahead and choose your setting spray. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.